We look back, but now let's make these notes now on setting goals. The promise of the future is an awesome force. We look back for experience, but we have to look forward now for inspiration. And what gives us inspiration to get up in the morning and do our job, learn skills, develop all that we can possibly be, is the promise of the future. And it can be so powerful that it can overwhelm any adversary you might have, any difficulties you might have. Here's a key phrase: reasons make the difference in how your life works out. Reasons make the difference in your appetite and zest for taking on the challenge, doing the job, becoming successful. Mr. Shoaff said, if you have enough reasons, you can do the most incredible things. You can get through the most difficult day. You can overcome the most unbelievable challenges if you have enough reasons. Woo! Good morning, family. Rise and shine. How we feeling coming into the Monday? Fresh start to the week. A lot of abundance is flowing too. We got 75 hard challenges being knocked out. We've got day 600s being blown through for the journal. So, fam, expecting and getting miracles. A lot of incredible things are here and on the way, and I love to see it. I'm proud of everybody taking the steps, right? Every day, the daily DMOs, daily methods of operation, are adding up, and I can see it. Shane and Talina in the building. Johnny, Dreamers, let's go. We are tapped in. Going to get IG on here, and today we're going to be diving into the topic. Alex touched on this yesterday, and it's coming straight out of Think and Grow Rich, one of my favorite books ever. But even yesterday with Alex, talk about setting the tone for the vision. 10 plus years in the industry, still fired up, still educating, still impacting, and he knows that we've still only just scratched the surface. So I'm honestly so thankful and blessed to be a part of this community, the access that we have. So with no further ado, let's get tapped in on IG. This is going to be a good one. And for me, I love studying the 1% of the 1%. And today's training is literally what Alex Morton has on the screensaver of his phone. So every day, whether we know it or not, think about it. We subconsciously look at our phone 50 to 100 times a day. So what we have on the back screen of our phone plays a huge role. And this is what the 1% of the 1% is studying and subconsciously reminding himself of every single day. And it's no surprise because Bob Proctor used to do the same with this format. So I'm excited. This is a screenshot that you guys can not only take, but even better, be able to go ahead and teach it, right? Because it's something that the masses can definitely go out and apply. So let me get IG tapped in. Let's get a little bit of gratitude down below. I know JoJo's on the way over here. I'm super excited. Gonna definitely get some moves going over here. Fired up. Love it. So today, the self-confidence formula. Love it, love it. IG is here. So good to see you, fam. I hope everybody's feeling good, vibrating high. You got a great start to the morning. We've already got the reading in, the journaling, playing around with some products on our ECX store with Etsy. I know Joey's about to launch a really big listing that he's been working on for the past week. I was chopping it up with him last week. So he's got a lot of great sessions. We've got traders that are winning. On last night's call, we had a crypto student, right? Mikey DePretta. He's been tapped in for the past year and a half. And this individual is working 70 hours a week, right? One of the biggest things that I hear all the time and time again, is, well, D, I love what you're doing, but I'm pretty busy, right? I don't know if I have the time to actually dive in and learn crypto, to dive in and learn anything about trading. Well, Mikey is a perfect example of somebody working 70 hours a week, super busy, but he was able to go ahead and work these skill sets part-time. And guess what? After a year of plugging in every single day, not missing a session, a year later, Mikey actually built his portfolio to 6+ figures. And this is somebody that doesn't make crazy money, that doesn't come from a very well financial background, but he was able to take the time that he did have, leverage it, maximize the information, and he's seeing phenomenal results. And now he's excited to go out and share this information with other people. He's got his AZ ticket locked in. So that was just one piece, right? We could literally go around the horn and pull out many different testimonies from all different areas winning. I know Shane and Talina are getting kachings worldwide. I know recently they just got one over in Sweden and Switzerland. I forget which one. But it just goes to show there's a lot of incredible things right at our fingertips. And I'm telling you, it's just the beginning. Kurt Cobain is going to be live on Tuesday, giving out some of these crypto plays along with DeFi Mike. And these are sessions we do not want to miss, because even right now, well, Switzerland, let's go. While so many people think, oh, Bitcoin's past 70,000, I'm too late. Well, to be honest, there's never been a better time, if you really haven't been plugged in, than to get that knowledge right now. And this is how most of the masses are. They're going on YouTube, they're going on Google, trying to figure this out as this wave continues to get more bullish, and they're going to be wondering why they're losing money, because they're following the masses. And we know better. So let's go ahead and get into it for today, fam. This is a really important topic. I'm going to give this a second so you guys can actually screenshot what it is that I'm looking at. Shane, thank you, my brother, for dropping this. That was clutch. So here we go, fam. This is it. This is what we're going over for today. This is the self-confidence formula. So if you guys want to take a second, screenshot this so you have it. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. The self-confidence formula. All right, take a screenshot. You guys can go online. You can go on Google and go look it up. It will be easy to find. But this is from none other than Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. He's got this right inside of the book. And if you've never read this book has created more millionaires outside of the Bible than any other book that's been written. So that, they say success leaves clues. This book is a little bit more advanced. And even till today, I'm still going back and uncovering things that I didn't really understand before at that level. So always a great one to tap back into. And inside the self-confidence formula, he has 5 pieces. Very short, very sweet. But honestly, these are very deep, intentional lines. So it takes a different level of perspective to allow these to sink in. This is advanced. A lot of people, they're going to read this and they're like, okay, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. But everybody I know today is going to be able to take this, run with it, absorb it, and be able to go out and teach it. So let's get into it, right? Number 1, the first piece that he talks about inside of here is, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment, and here and now promise to render such action. And if you notice the conviction, right? Alex Morton, he touched on the wording in this is so crucial, because the conviction, it's not I try, it's not I hope, it's not I think this is going to happen. I know that, let me read it one more time. I know that I have, not I think, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action toward its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. So we talk about faith all of the time, but faith without action is kind of like nothing but a wish. It takes backing it up. So I love that. Number two says this: I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Let's touch on that line one more time. I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. And the one way that I always go back and I think about this is kind of with Murphy's Law. The moment that we think, drop some 5s down below if you guys have ever known somebody in life that it seems like one thing after the next is just crashing down for them. It might seem like it lasts for days, weeks, months, for some maybe even years. But this is exactly why. Because the dominating thoughts of the mind will eventually reproduce themselves into physical outward expression. So the saying, what we think about, we bring about, where focus goes, energy flows. This is why that is so true. If we're focusing on what's happening, if we're focusing on we're not going to be able to pay the bills, There's no way we can make this money for AZ. I'll give you guys a perfect example. I have somebody right now, Rudge. He's excited to become a part of the family. He doesn't even have money to join yet. He's been busting his butt. He's got a lot of bills that he's handling right now with his family. But he said, D, after this event that I just went into Orlando, after the energy that I've been able to feel, the conversations that I've been able to hear, what I've been able to see from some of these top level educators and earners, I can't go back home and think the same. Because I taught him the mind is just like a shirt. The moment that this thing gets stretched and gets expanded, it never goes back to the same size. And he's coming back home to look at a journal completely different, going into work conversations to actually be a light, to shine, to give back. He's fired up. It's a whole new him. And that's because the dominating thoughts of his mind have switched from being in lack, nothing's working out for me, to actually starting to get a little bit of belief, to realizing that power inside. And he had so much confidence. He said, you know what, D, I'm going to book my flight for AZ right now. He's like, I don't even have enough for the one way on the way back, but I'm going to book a one way on the way there. And I'm going to figure it out in the next 30 days. I don't know how I'm going to do it. He's working probably 40 hours a week. He's working at Lowe's. And he said, I'm going to start driving. I'm going to work at Lowe's until 2. And instead of coming back home and being too lazy, I'm literally going to go Instacart. I'm going to go DoorDash. And I'm going to go make that money for the next 30 days. I'm going to work from 2 until 10. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. And he's going to pay for his plane ticket. He's going to pay for his stay. He's going to pay for his ticket, his event ticket, all because he made a decision to go out and go after his dreams. He said, D, I'm almost a little bit angry. I said, what do you mean you're angry? He said, well, I'm mad that I didn't make this decision a long time ago. And it's kind of funny because that's how it works. Right? In the stages of growth, there's multiple stages of growth. Number 1 is anger. Number 2 is kind of like sadness. We get angry that we didn't make this decision earlier, and then we get kind of sad. Kind of just like a lot of people with Bitcoin and crypto. They are so sad right now that they didn't get in 2023, 2022, and they're still watching it today. And they're going to keep watching it go higher and higher. And they're going to watch everybody get all of these funds and abundance, and they're going to be on the sideline like, man, why was I so skeptical? Why didn't I just listen? Why didn't I just open my mind to new information? But that's because the most dominating thoughts in their mind was, this is a scam. I can't make money. It's not for me. It's never going to work out in the future. You see, most people, in fact, everybody, are using these laws inside of this book, these 5 success principles. They just don't realize they might be using it in the wrong way, because it works both ways. This can work for a positive light. This can also work on the other side too. That's why when we know better, we can absolutely do better. So that's number 2. Here's number 3. Number 3 is a good one. This is powerful. Here it is. Number 3 says this: I know through the principle of auto-suggestion. This is chapter 4 of Think and Grow Rich. In fact, I used to go back and read this chapter every single night before I went to sleep. Another one Bob Proctor used to talk about all the time, rereading chapter 4 every single day. You see, a lot of people are want to be professors. You know, I'll ask them, have they read this book? Have they read Sell or Be Sold? Just like Shane's diving into. And then we'll go ahead and ask them, well, they're like, yeah, I've read it. I've read Think and Grow Rich. I'm like, well, tell me what's on chapter 6. How about on chapter 2? How about on chapter 1, right? Desire. They can't even say that. So a lot of people want to act like they know it all. In fact, I've been there too, right? I've been the person to act like I've really read the books. I've really actually got into the chapters, but I hadn't really actually done it yet. Until you start to see other people flying by and you wonder, why are they seeing a surmountable amounts of success? A lot of the times they've just been able to do the deep work that maybe some others weren't willing to do yet. So this is huge. Okay. Number 3, I know the principle of auto-suggestion. Any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the objective back of it. Therefore, he says, I will devote 10 minutes. That's it. Just 10 minutes every single day, demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. 10 minutes a day, whether it's in the morning, or whether it's at nighttime, you know, those kind of talks, being able to speak in the mirror, to speak belief, speak faith, speak confidence, speak boldness into the mirror. This is one of the most important things any of us can ever do. The moment that we limit our thinking, we limit our identity, we limit our own belief for ourselves, is the moment that we literally put a cap on our success, our abundance, our blessings that are waiting to be handed to us. So this is something that I always go back and read. In fact, if we're talking about getting into different chapters, really absorbing this information, I'm going to be on this for this whole next of the month. The whole rest of the month, I'm going to dive into Think and Grow Rich along with Katie's intro, our 14-minute video that we've been listening to every single day. I'm going to get this back in the mix. Getting back into Think and Grow Rich, chapter 4, and rereading this chapter every single day before I go to sleep, because I know I've had those runs during my career where I was just on fire. Things were just flowing. Drop a 3 down below, in fact, if you've ever been in flow state. If you've had times in your life where you were just flowing, things were working out in your favor, it felt like you might even been doing things with minimal effort, but you had all of these amazing things flowing in. Well, this is because a flow state was present. This is why. You might not have known it consciously, but this is actually what's happening. So that's number 3. Number 4, two more pieces for the self-confidence formula. He says, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall have development sufficient enough of this self-confidence for its attainment. Let's check that one more time. I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Now, if you've ever read Think and Grow Rich, you'll know that one of the most important pieces inside of this book, he talks about the DMP, the definite major purpose. And inside of the definite major purpose, pretty much like the definite chief aim, this is what do we really see as to why it is that we're born? What are we here to do? Who are we meant to become? And this all comes down to identifying the DMP, because here's what he says. When the definite major purpose gets aligned, there's 4 things that shift, okay? Here's what he says. When the definite major purpose gets aligned, the priorities change, the actions will follow, and those actions will lead to the results that we're looking for. But you see, without a definite major purpose, when there's no purpose in life, how many individuals do we know that seem like they're just floating by? That are going out, wasted Wednesday, thirsty Thursday. They're coming back broke every single Monday, doing the same thing over and over again. Well, this is why. Because with no purpose, guess what? There's no priorities. I know what this is like. I used to get up every day at 11. I used to sleep in like crazy because my purpose wasn't specifically aligned. So if there's no purpose, there's no priorities. What kind of action do we take with no priorities? Slim to none. With slim to no action, what type of results get produced? You can get the idea, right? Nothing very exciting. So this is why it's so crucial to understand this. And I've seen this over the years from the 1%, from all these testimonies that we're seeing, because they've started to understand these principles. And last but not least, number 5, to wrap up today, to start the week off with a bang, is going to be this. Number 5, Napoleon Hill, he says, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure. Think about that. A president only has a 4-year term max. So no title, right? Even the CEO of a company, eventually there's that day where something happens, no matter who you are, right? The head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, eventually he's not the head coach anymore. He doesn't have that title. So this goes with every different field. That's why I love this. This principles can apply to anywhere, anybody. I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all to whom that it affects. I will succeed by attracting myself with the forces I wish to use in the cooperation of other people, and I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. This is so deep. I eliminate hatred, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing all love for humanity, because I know that a negative attitude towards others can never bring me any true success. I will cause others to believe in me because I believe in them and I believe in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so that I will become a self-reliant and successful person. This is something that honestly I really haven't thought about this self-confidence formula in a long time. So this wasn't just for you. I needed this yesterday. I needed this today. I'm literally gonna have a screenshot. I'm about to go print this out, put this on the wall as one of those pieces to go ahead and just let this sink in the subconscious mind every day. So let me know which one out of these 5 was your favorite. Jojo in the building. So excited to see you. Drive safe. This is going to be a blast of a week. I'm so excited to mastermind, get the game plan going. A lot of amazing things are here. Miss Hampton, Angel, it's good to see you. But yes, so which one of those 5 was your favorite? Drop it down 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And dreamers, if nobody told you today, I'm proud of you. I see the growth. I see the 1% daily actions. And just know you might not see it yet, but I promise you they are without a doubt adding up every day. Remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Packed out schedule for the week. I will see you guys in a couple hours. JoJo, I will see you in a few. Dream team, as soon as dreams into reality, it's game time. Let's go.